What marketing story should you tell? This week's business book recommendation is For All Marketers Are Liars by Seth Godin. This book is about marketing and the power of storytelling. It's about how to tell the right story to be heard and embraced by your intended audience. So what did I learn? Well, a lot of, now I get it when I read this book. But the fundamental takeaway for me is the idea of stories fitting into our worldviews. You can't miss the modern marketing advice of use storytelling. But the big shift from this book is learning why stories work, and more specifically, which ones to choose. You don't form a brand new story. It has to fit with what is already out there being told. It has to align with the story that those with a particular worldview are already telling themselves. Worldviews like people should be treated equally, we shouldn't harm the environment, life should be full of adventure. All worldviews that your story could tap into. What does it make me think differently about? My buyer persona, if you're not familiar with this term, a buyer persona is a description of a fictitious ideal client. So 30-something mum who lives in the city and has such and such a job. This book encourages you to think about how your target audience sees the world. What stories do they tell themselves, rather than the more demographic type information? When I look at my best clients, they barely share a handful of demographic attributes or business attributes, but they do share significant worldviews. Am I missing a trick here? What actions did I take? Well, mental shift when thinking about who I'm marketing to, but also how much I need to explain or convince. The worldview my best clients have is that having reliable and easy access to your operational data will enable you to make better decisions. So I've stripped out the encourage you to believe this language from my messaging and made the assumption that they already do. What they want is to know how I'll make it happen, not that they should want it. What's the impact been? Well, business impact, a dramatic shift in my thinking, content planning and how I describe what I do. It's allowed me to be far more brief. My ideal client knows having what I provide is of value. My marketing job is to show them I do too, and to enable them to trust that I will deliver. And on a personal level, what are my worldviews? What stories have I told myself that might not be true? Seth's books never disappoint, and this book succinctly shifted my thinking once again. If you're involved in marketing in any way, this book is for you. Or if you've ever wondered, why is that company sponsoring that event? This book will explain why. Very, very highly recommended. Have a wonderful day.